Coming to you live from our respected rooms, it's We Have a Podcast with me, your co-host, Yappity, and...
Applicus! Hi! I'm on the internet.
Yeah, hey guys, we're here to do a Survivor Craft podcast. The show is called Survivor Craft Know-It-Alls, a parody of Survivor Know-It-Alls by Cesternino. And you know the show, by You Always Win, we're going to talk about it and analyze it and recap it. So,
we have absolutely nothing better to do with our time, really.
Yeah, we tried to be on the show, but we did not make it on. So, this is our way of being part of it. So, first off, what you saying?
I didn't say anything.
All
I
right.
mouthed to the camera, because I can.
Okay.
And the internet.
So I guess first off, we're going to go on just straight through. No introduction to anything.
Yeah, really. That was one thing that I wrote down, too, because it was just... The teams just kind of went, and I didn't know who was on what team or who were they talking about most of the time. And my biggest issue was when we were hearing their voices, it's nice to hear what the team's thinking about, but they should really do an interview section beforehand to talk about each team member and like their strategies or something. If for nothing at all, just so we can match a voice to the name, because it took me forever to figure out whose voice is whose, except for Country Boy.
Hey, Country Boy, we definitely know, but
Boy's
more
was
on him
really easy
later.
Yeah, we'll talk about him later.
Yeah, like what they should have done is what they did in the past, is when they introduced the players just like they did in a ring announcer style. Like, next up we have LC Lulu.
They did the...
Who's next? Are you lagging?
Stop moving.
I stopped moving.
I do that.
Okay. So that was good. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, it's like how they did with you press the button to Spencer shoots out what team you're on. I understand how they couldn't exactly do it the same way because Spencer only has so many slots, I guess.
Yeah.
And if you were to put two pieces of wool into one slot, the whole randomizer gets a little bit less random. You're more likely to get on that team, or are you least likely?
Even
I don't know the algorithms. I've memorized enchantment algorithms. I didn't bother with Spencer's.
But even then, but no introduction. We just kind of got their normal intro that they do, the animated one, and then Meaty or Guns. I still can't distinguish the two names, even though I've seen like all of it.
It's Meaty's the brown hair one.
Yeah,
Guns
but that's
is the
like the
blonde.
voice though. But they just like went ahead and just clicked it open, and then. Do you want to talk about the teams right now?
Let's go into the. Yeah, let's go into the teams and talk about how they did in the survival aspects of everything.
All right.
But one thing that I'd like to say right before we got started into that, I noticed that both the teams were really confused. And it was really funny because I think they forgot that it was a survival map. They started playing it like an adventure map.
Yeah, they kept dying a lot.
They had to be reminded that you had to place dirt, that you were allowed to place dirt and break blocks in order to like get across lava. They were all trying to parkour it.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure what happened beforehand, or I can't even tell if that was the host's fault or if the players were just, I don't know, because it's a survival game. It's survival. And not like survival games like Minecraft survival games or SG or the Hive or anything, but like it's a survival map. You can break blocks, you place blocks, you collect materials and that kind of stuff. Not everything that you do has to be collecting stuff in chests, and that's what really everyone was looking for chests and forgot that it was a survival map, not an adventure map.
And with notes with that, there's no death penalty. They kept dying in that lava cave.
Yeah, that is a big thing. Death penalty, as that would encourage PvP a lot more.
Yeah.
When they said no death penalty, I'm like, wait, what? When did this happen?
Yeah, like they didn't even talk about it. They're just like no death penalty. Even the players were confused by that.
Yeah.
But basically, I think we should go with the teams right now. So we got Green Team, Eater, I think. I never liked the names. I'm just gonna go with Green.
Yeah, green and blue. I can't tell them apart. We could have probably watched the original ones, but yeah, I couldn't tell for this series. I couldn't tell them apart because they weren't reintroduced, but or maybe they were and I just forgot. But oh well.
So first up on my list, we got LC underscore T, or Lulu as they called her, and my first impression, girl. That's all I know of her.
Yeah, me too. Other than if I wasn't going to talk about the rest of the match and just kind of the survival aspect, who?
Who? Yeah, who?
Yeah, who?
A girl.
Yeah, a girl.
A girl.
It's girl voice. That was one of the voices I could actually do because it was like, oh, a girl. Yeah, but that was it. I had no idea who she was.
That's it.
Or anything. I don't think we even saw her when she was in the house the whole time. I think I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know what Green was doing. They were in the
Me
house.
neither.
It
Yeah.
took me forever just to find each individual person so I could just write down their names for later reference.
Yeah.
I had to research the video, but yeah.
So I guess we'll move on with Draydon 2 or Crash Bandicoot. That skin.
Oh yeah.
Okay, wait.
Again,
Here's another
again,
tip. If you're
who?
gonna be on the show, get a skin that we can distinct you by. So like we saw Blastoise, we saw Naruto, we saw Crash. We can tell. But if you're just a generic skin, we're just gonna call you that.
If you're Steve,
Yeah.
that's
No.
hilarious. I would love for someone to go on into Steve's skin just so I can make jokes. That would be great. But
So on anything on Crash, I got nothing.
me neither. I don't even know if he spoke at all. He had one text message.
Uh-huh.
I think he had one message, something
Yeah.
about like Herobrine. I think that's what it was.
Oh, watch
I'm
out!
not a-
Herobrine's behind you, Naruto.
Yeah, or something like. I think that wasn't that him?
Yeah, there's a lot of Naruto jokes during that
I
challenge.
don't know. Oh,
You
I have
can't
no
even
idea.
tell.
Who it was.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
our fault. It's not our fault as recappers.
Yeah, it's not our fault. We have no idea who the heck you are.
Uh-huh.
I don't. He has absolutely no presence at all, and I didn't see him working with the team. But then again, I didn't see a lot of Green doing much other than what I have here. Blood Fox and Thraskin did good though.
Oh yeah, Blood Fox first out of the gate came rushing to the PvP zone. Like
Yeah,
that's the
and-
one thing on my list. Like
I liked him.
Blood Fox just charges out.
He's my choice for top 2. I think he's gonna make it to the top 2.
I'm gonna see him far, but I think Blue might dominate and ultimately do a pagonging, which is in Survivor terms is once a Blue team,
Yeah.
like if Blue team has the have the numbers in the merge, if they have 3-2, they're just gonna eliminate all of Green and then they're gonna eliminate themselves, which I think Blue might do. Who
Maybe,
knows?
but remember first season, what was his name?
Bentley,
No, the guy who did really bad in the very beginning, who did really bad on the bar.
Speedy.
Speedy, yeah, because he was in the same position where he got merged over with the team with high numbers, but he still made it to top 3
Yeah, well, that's
because he was a likable guy.
Oh yeah. Wait, didn't he? No, I think he actually. I think the Bentley team. I think they threw the challenge, so Speedy can stay. I don't know. We'll never know until we actually talk to them. But
If we ever talk to
if
him.
we ever talk to him, but
I'd love to
move-
talk to Bentley. He's a really cool guy.
yeah.
From what I saw, anyways.
But we
Yeah,
can talk
I
about season 1 later
Yeah,
because like
season 1. This is season 3.
we need to talk about season 3.
Memories. Okay, yeah, season
So,
3.
Thrashkin, Beard Man. That's what I would like to call him with the skin.
Yep, I liked him. First impressions, I liked him. I could actually match a voice to him too, which was nice.
I
That
have
was
a national
the-
voice, but yeah, he seems cool.
The 2 guys from Green that I really like are Blood Fox and Thraskin.
Yeah, I would
Those
have
guys
to agree.
really made an impression on me. I'm pretty sure my guess is Thraskin's going to make it top 3.
All right. Uh-huh.
So I think Blood Fox is going to make it top 2, and Thraskin's going to make it top 3. Those are my favorites for Green team.
All right, so that's your predictions.
Yep.
Thrashkin, I'd give him merge. I would say merge.
Mm.
That's far. But and I guess since we've been talking about Blood Fox the whole time, let's move on to Blood Fox. I call him generic male. That actually did something. Because that's
Yeah.
what his skin was, you know?
Yeah, but I liked him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, he's cool.
He did good in the beginning. Took up a leadership role too. Started instructing what to go, and that's the only time that Green team actually got anything done.
Mhm.
Was then Blood Fox was telling him what to do. Go the right way. Do this. We got to do this in order to finish this puzzle. Do the parkour. And out of everyone on Green team, I definitely think that he did the best.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And I see him going far. Definitely merge. I don't know how. He might be taken out during merge because he's a big threat.
Do you have any top 2 guesses at all?
After this episode, I'll talk about my top 2 guesses.
Okay.
And I guess we'll move on to White Chocolate Naruto.
I think he's gonna become the fan favorite.
Fan favorite?
Yeah,
I would
think
have
he
to
is.
agree just because of the Naruto jokes. But that's
Yes,
it.
they're not gonna vote him off just because he doesn't even have that much of a presence, but just because of his Naruto skin, people just throw jokes around, and he's become a funny guy. But I've rarely ever heard him speak at all. I don't have a match to a voice yet,
Yeah, me neither.
but I think he's gonna do pretty good just because people like him.
Yeah. So that
But that works. That works.
that works, yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess now we'll move on to Blue Team Buggity Boo. First up on my list is Z Username. who's also just boy because that's his
The Z
skin.
username?
The Z user XIII username.
Oh, okay.
He's the one that actually, spoiler
I,
alert,
I read it as
won the
13.
challenge for blue team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that did the final shot, and I have a star next to him on this list because he helped make the comeback for blue team.
Yeah, he did good.
And I think that's all I got from him the whole episode.
Me too. But really, if he hadn't have done that comeback and won the challenge for him, I think Ursi would have gotten voted off.
Ursi?
Yeah,
I would have to agree with you with that one, actually. Yeah.
almost lost the challenge for him. That's where they lost all the ground, and I think that unless isn't Ursi a girl too?
Ursi is a girl. I think they said so. They said she a couple times.
Okay.
Going back to Naruto, I think Naruto actually is the one that actually lost the challenge for them. So I'm kind of surprised that they didn't vote him off unless they have an alliance or they get annoyed of Lulu.
Well, I can't say Lulu because it's LC, but anyways, I kind of understand them voting her off because she didn't do all that great in the challenge either, and I think her and Naruto.
I mean, she has like a touchpad. Not a
that might. If they had known that, then that might have been had an impact on that as well.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Nope.
Mouse pads, no. But yeah, makes sense.
And yeah, so I guess from username we'll move on to Kyo Takashi or Blastoise, the Blastoise skin, who a non-entity in the whole thing.
I've got nothing to say. I have absolutely no notes next to Kyo.
Other than Blastoise.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say.
That's it. Okay, we'll just move on.
It's not our fault. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
You watched the episode. You probably already have, but there's nothing there.
Nothing. So now I guess the next person on my list I want to talk about, but we're gonna save him for last, just for the sake that
yes,
you are annoyed of him. And Ursi, again, generic male skin. I guess it's the Steve skin, but girl, another girl, non-entity. She's gonna get voted off soon, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think if blue team loses an immunity challenge, I think Ursi's gonna be voted off.
Yeah.
Although I really hope she isn't.
Really? Oh yeah, gotcha.
We'll talk about that later, though.
We'll talk about that. Okay, next
so
is
who's
Vix.
Next?
Vikes. How do you like him?
I love him.
No,
He's
I don't get
great.
it. Okay, he has a hood and then he has an accent. That's the one thing I like about him. He has an accent.
All that you were telling. He did great in the survival aspect. He didn't take as much of a leadership role as Blood Fox did, but he still took up a leadership role, directed people where they had to go. He probably did the best, other than Country Boy, who ran for the center right away.
Yeah.
I think he did the best during the survival aspect of getting things together and wanting to complete those challenges. Do they even have challenges, though, for the survival aspect? They didn't talk about it.
What do you mean?
Like for the first season, they had collect so many diamonds, you get a full set of armor.
They never had that.
What?
They didn't talk about. They had that probably, but they didn't talk. Not for this season.
They didn't. I don't know if they have or we don't know.
Yeah, we don't. They didn't really talk.
We don't know.
We don't know.
That's number one thing you should get from this episode. What's going on?
Yeah,
we're confused.
They kind of just threw us in there. But don't worry, that's why we're here to help you guys.
Yes, but also he also did really good in the challenge, and there were a lot of. I also have a match to a voice right away. He's a funny guy, and this quote.
I don't even know which one I'm going for, so I'm just. Oh, goddamn Cal moved! How dare he! Yeah,
I love that scene. I really like Vix. I think he's gonna make it all the way. He's my other top two that I think is gonna make it top two, and I think he's gonna be the one.
Merge. I give a merge. All right, that's it. But okay, can we just talk about his biggest mistake that he did?
Sure.
He went in close to the green team side and died and lost all his stuff for blue team.
That is the one thing, but also there was another person right behind him though?
No, that was Thrashkin that killed him. That was behind him the whole time. Ultimately, he went into a 1v4. He did take out 2 people, but in the end, he lost everything and he didn't really gain anything from that.
That's true.
And since there was no death penalty,
Yeah, and I think all he lost was Enchanted Chain though, right?
It's still a loss. Good thing he got rid of the diamonds.
Yeah, that's 42 diamonds or something. We also don't know how much each material is worth.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that's all the diamonds they're going to get for the entire game, then chainmail is actually going to be worth quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we actually don't know the worth of his loss. It could be nothing because, in season 1, they all got diamond right away. I mean, I don't think there was anyone with iron armor during the entire time. I think the only time they got iron armor is they won it from a challenge and then immediately upgrade to diamond.
Yeah, because they already had diamond even then.
Yeah.
By that point.
So I don't see. We don't know how much each material is going to be worth this round. It's different every season. So that's what he lost could have been nothing. It could have been dirt. Might as well have been dirt. Or it could have been the entire match.
Yeah.
It could have been the rest of the game. We don't know.
So we'll put like a pin on that. That's
we'll
gonna
find
be
out
like
more episode though. I bet too, because this is episode 1.
So other than Vix, now we'll move on to your favorite, Country Boy.
His voice.
His voice. I like before
it makes my ears bleed.
Before I even watched the episode, we did like quick notes. I skimmed through it, and Eplicus sent me to Country Boy. I want him gone. I'm annoyed of his voice, and I haven't watched the whole episode yet. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll keep a note of that. And I listened to him, and he just yells into his microphone,
and it's squeaky.
It screeches and it's squeaky.
It's like I don't know if it's a bad mic, a bad motherboard sound, or if it's a bad computer, or if it's a bad voice. Maybe he's 11. No, apparently the youngest on the team is the youngest in the game is Ursi at 13.
Really?
Yeah. That's what it was. Blood Fox put that out as a comment on the video.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how I saw it, but I did. Or at least it's supposed to be Blood Fox. It's like Blood Fox 123 or something, or 154. So it was the same username. So unless someone made another account with the same numbers and everything just to post that. And so Ursi's the youngest apparently at 13. So Country Boy must be at least 13 or 14.
Yeah,
but still, I mean, no offense, but also all the offense in the world. But your voice, it hurts. It really hurts.
Sorry.
We're sorry, but it hurts.
Baby, I was born that way. Okay. Other than his voice.
He
did good.
He did really good.
He did really good.
Didn't he also take out for his team? Didn't he also take out the hardest target?
I think so. Yeah, the first one.
That was him.
That was him.
He's done great. I don't think he's going to get voted off anytime soon. But voice,
unless they're annoyed of him.
Yeah, that's the one thing. He yells into his mic. He kind of also, even though it was a good thing at the time, he kind of went off and did his own thing in the survival aspect of it.
Yeah.
Which was good, but it could have been really, really bad if Green team had their act together. Mm-hmm. The only reason he survived is because Green was clueless.
Yeah. I see Blue team having the strong advantage in the beginning and maybe to the end.
Definitely.
So that's Buggity Boo and Eater. Unless you want to talk any notes on any of them left?
On any of them specifically? Yeah. I'm not surprised LC got voted off. I think for Green Team, I think Dreadon is going to be the next one to be voted off. And I think Ursi's going to be the next one to voted off for Blue if they lose the challenge. I want to see more of Keo and User.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about them. And also Vix. I like Vix. That's my thing in a nutshell.
That's your fan favorite, all right.
Yep, that's my favorite. Though I think White Chocolate's going to be the actual official fan favorite.
I'll agree on the most part. Other than the fan favorite and Crash Bandicoot being voted off next. Other than that, Ursi's going to be gone, I think. Green Team, I think they need to get their act together.
Definitely.
Really, yeah. But then again, they already recorded it. But so now let's move on to the episode. Past that, Death Valley. What do you think? I think it looks cool.
Definitely looks cool. Whoever built the map did an excellent job. I was very impressed, very happy with the results. I like the idea of having a PvP area in the center. That's great. Having no death penalty is not such a great idea.
No.
There's no real feeling of risk. I mean, you could run naked.
Yeah.
I mean, you naked, as in the Minecraft sense, and just run over and onto their side and search for stuff real quick and then run back.
Yeah.
Without having any risk. And like if they had missed a chest or something. And I can see that, they missed a chest. Yeah, the other team deserves to grab it. But they should still have to work for it instead of just running over and then, I died. Oh, well, I'm going to go again. They could just run after run after run after run. And if if 2 or 3 of the guys just keep doing that, just keep running over to the other side and antagonizing the other team, that's going to be a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Even
So-
with only 2 or 3 guys actually working on stuff, the other team's going to have their hands full dealing with the intruders. Even though you can't cross that line, still getting close that's a small area.
Yeah, so like the whole like if they were ever gonna introduce like something like territory control during the PvP zone, that's completely thrown out the window with no death penalty.
Oh
think.
yeah, they can't do any territory, but but they have the no entry zone.
Yeah,
That's
but
something. But
still,
yeah,
I
they're
mean,
not going to be gaining any territory. They're not going to be like, okay, we're going to build out this far. And I don't think they would do that in the first place, even if it was implemented. They have enough room to play the game and collect their stuff. But actually, that's another thing I'm interested in. Are all the resources gone now?
no, there's still a lot of iron. There's still a lot of diamonds around and
Or,
coal.
But is there anything like in the ground, or is everything on the surface where you can see it?
We don't know. We'll have to see. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I have no use for this.
What else? Oh yeah, what they kind of said in passing was the hidden immunity idol is
Oh,
out,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
which
does it
I
look
even
like?
put equals great. The hidden immunity idol, which I'd love to be implemented, and finally it's implemented in such a great way where it's hidden around the map somewhere.
And apparently it's closer to the green side because Blood Fox was close to it.
Yeah. So
Apparently. I remember that.
apparently, so
So
we'll see what happens.
keep your eyes out. See if you can spot it.
And I'm really excited once they implement that, and when that happens, when it's in the game, and I'm excited to see the hidden immunity idol.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I think,
It's-
isn't that the clock?
Which one?
See, it's the hidden immunity idol. Isn't it a clock?
Season 1, it was a clock. Season 2, we didn't see it at all. And
So, but that's the thing. Imagine if that's a strategy though too. If you were to like find out what it looks like, or even if no one knows what it looks like, you can like build a clock and then say, no, not to the host. You won't be able to show the host, but you
Okay.
can make alliances that way, saying, hey, you're not going to be able to vote me off anyways.
Oh.
Let's team up against this guy. But it's not our actual real immunity idol.
that's what they do for, like, on Survivor. They make fake immunity idols. And it's been effective.
Except
Sometimes.
that in Minecraft, you can't tell which is the real and which is the fake.
Yeah.
Unless it's like renamed.
Or
It's probably
enchanted.
no,
Yeah.
but it's probably renamed so that I don't think it's enchanted, but it's probably renamed so that the host can tell what it is. But you're not going to throw somebody an immunity idol to let them know it's real. So there's no way to actually prove it. I think that would work really well, especially against the younger guys.
Great idea, yeah. I like that. What else? Lava Trap, what do you think? Was it such a good idea to go straight into it?
Like I said, like I said earlier, they kind of thought of it as an adventure map instead of survival map. So the whole aspect of lava, you can punch dirt and put it in. Lava's not that big of a deal if it's survival. So it's not that bad at all.
True. I guess they kind of made it look bad by jumping in and trying to parkour and dying
Yeah.
all the time. So that was their fault.
Another reason why we need death penalty, because it makes people think.
Yeah.
Don't
So
think
I
otherwise.
I think that's like the biggest complaint throughout the whole
Yeah,
show.
death penalty.
Death penalty.
And what is going on?
Capital
Those are-
punishment.
Those are the two things.
Oh, my
Death
biggest
penalty
complaint. Yeah.
And what's going on?
And my complaint is this is going to be Death Valley. No, this is going to be Cake Valley. Because I hate how they give food right before a challenge. That gets rid of the whole survival aspect for
That is a good point. But actually,
challenges.
did you see any food at all throughout the entire game?
No, just cake.
Just cake in the challenge. That was it. I didn't see any pigs or cows or any way to get food. No kind of wheat. Maybe it's in a chest somewhere.
They're
But I think I
farming.
saw a Green put up a farm.
Yeah.
So they're farming for something. But I can understand why they would need some food for a challenge, because for the parkour you might need a sprint jump. And then if your hunger runs out, you can't sprint anymore.
I guess.
And they did kind of live throughout a whole day too. So having one refill once every 2, and they don't have a challenge every day either. We only see so much of it, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe they do have a challenge every day, or even a couple times a day, depending on. They have the reward challenge and they have the immunity challenge. I think they have those each in a day, but like it all depends.
It all depends. I mean, I do agree with you on your
I
points.
can understand that there's some portions where you do need some food, but if they could have it so like the challenge is in a separate world so that your food is so like everyone gets to like a multiverse over.
Uh-huh.
So that you have a new health system, a new hunger system. So when everyone gets moved back, they have the exact same hunger that they did before. I think that would work really well.
That could work. I don't know. It might be too complicated for them, but we'll see.
It's not that hard. It's like TP all to world.
True.
And with how big it is, they could probably get, even if it doesn't exist, which I highly, highly doubt, they could get a. Because I've seen it used before, but they could get a private developer to code it too, for like for that kind of plugin. Oh, it wouldn't be very expensive. It'd be it's just a little thing, so yeah, it wouldn't be very expensive at all to code something like that.
Yeah.
And with how big it is, with how they're being sponsored, with all this crazy stuff.
Asus.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I've always pronounced it Asus. Have I been saying it wrong?
I don't know, whatever.
Pronounced and heard it Asus from all my tech friends.
Not true. I mean, I don't know, whatever.
I don't know, and I don't care.
We don't know!
S-U-S, we don't know!
We don't know!
Well, technically they informed us about that part. Maybe I don't know.
We didn't pay attention!
Maybe Asus doesn't care.
Asus doesn't care, but I'm just gonna tell you throughout the whole show, it's gonna be Survivor Craft Cake Valley. I'm just gonna call it now, Cake Valley.
Cake Valley.
So we were talking about death penalty. No, there's no capital punishment, which I don't like. Vix made a risky move. Nice comeback by Blue during the challenge. What do you think about the challenge? Actually, let's talk about it.
The challenge wasn't that bad. I think it was nice. It wasn't drawn out, and it wasn't too short. It was a nice, quick, challenging challenge. It was
good. And if you notice, it was a throwback to the first immunity challenge that they did during season 1. They just added the parkour section. And I actually enjoyed it, I liked it.
It wasn't bad, and it had a little bit of tension in the end. It was good.
Yeah. And
then White Chocolate had to go ruin it.
Yeah. Well, my heart actually raced when I first watched it.
Wait, no, not White Chocolate. White Chocolate did fine. What am I talking about?
Who ruined it? I don't remember.
Look at my notes. I don't think anyone actually ruined it. They all did supposedly okay, except for LC, but LC was also in the very beginning.
Yeah. But she didn't hinder them at all. It was White Chocolate. No, yeah, White Chocolate lost them the game because he spent way too long, and
they also left the hardest target for him though. I think he spent relatively just maybe a couple seconds longer than Country Boy did on the hardest target. Because remember, Country Boy spent a lot of time on the hardest target and ended up behind in the first place.
Yeah, that's true. So other than the challenge, anything else you want to talk about during the challenge?
I think we're good.
I think we probably would have done great during the challenge.
Oh, we would have done that. Excellent. I'm a professional sniper. No, but I'm not bad with the bow, but
yeah.
I'm definitely
also
not bad.
On my note, dem Naruto lines throughout the whole challenge.
It was great. That's why I said I think it's going to be a fan favorite. But I think this is going to be my number one thing. My number one thing is player interviews before the game starts. Not just the whole thing where punch the thing, get the wool, is actually talk to them so we can connect a voice with the name and the face and kind of get an idea of what their strategy, what their play style is. Because otherwise we won't form attachment to the players. Like when LC got voted off, not a surge of emotion. I didn't care. Nope.
I didn't care, yeah.
Sorry, LC. I have no idea who you are. I have absolutely no attachment to you, and I just frankly didn't care.
Touchpad girl.
Yeah,
that's it.
Girl. That was all I got from me was girl. I didn't even know that she had touchpad until you started talking. Yeah, just girl. I'm like, oh, girl got voted off. That's too bad.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So interviews. We need interviews. We need to know who's who. Why should we like this guy?
Why should we?
I like his name. It has a capital letter and no numbers in it.
Yeah, pretty much we call them confessionals too. And what's great is that they filmed everything already, so players can feel free to say anything they want to the camera by themselves. They can tell who's in their alliance and who they're gonna backstab.
Mm-hmm.
And that.
Yeah, so definitely add more of a confessional aspect to it. But even the very first one shouldn't even be a confessional. This is before they even get picked for their teams.
Oh yeah.
It's just voices. My main thing is we need voice, name, combine.
Yeah.
And who. That's my biggest thing is I like shows that I can get in touch with the players, or not like communicate, but like I can get attached to him. I can root for this guy because I really like. That's why I liked Bentley in the very first one.
Yeah.
It's because he was the very first guy that I actually attached a voice to a name to, and he seemed like a cool guy. He was the first one that I formed a personality around. I was like, oh, this is the first guy I actually know, and that's why I liked him the whole time.
Well, that and who was that girl? I don't remember from season 1. The girl that was so bossy.
I didn't like her, but we're not talking about season 1.
Yeah.
She should have gotten voted off sooner. But yeah, we're not talking about season 1.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about season 3. I think we're good.
I think we're good. Yeah, Elsie got voted off. We already talked about that.
So let's end this with your favorite person, who you think is going to get voted off on each team, and the one thing you would change.
We're going to analyze our strategy first, though.
Oh, it's what we would do?
Yeah, what would you have done?
What would I have done? I would have ran for the center right away, grabbed one other person, and run for the center right away, because everyone else, in the end, no one has any gear at that point, so it's going to turn into the people who meet at the center. It's either going to turn to whoever grabs the first chest first, because they're going to have even a wooden sword over punching. Wooden sword is going to win easily. Or it's going to turn into a punching match.
Yeah.
And there's lava. So I would have ran for the center right away, grabbed one other person, and gone. What about you?
It would have to depend on my team, on my tribe, because one of the things that I've noticed that it really is just a group thing. So if your group goes all into the cave and like die, I'm gonna join them only so that way I can join in their kind of gimmicks and I can be accepted into the group.
So
like
that
you
way
don't want to be left out. You don't want to be the loner. Like even though it's gonna be like who does the most work, but if your team is gonna go down, at least you go down with them and you can vote off the other people. But if we're gonna split off, I'm actually gonna stay home and gather trees, plant seeds, and take care of the home. Make sure my tribe has food and gets ready. That's the point. Well, that's how I play. That's how I play Minecraft anyway. I mean, I play Minecraft.
I know.
I'm like a stay-at-home mom, so that's what I do.
I just like teasing you.
It's fine. But
Very, very different play styles,
yeah,
definitely.
very different. For me, it would like have to depend. You will just go straight out.
Yeah, I would go straight out for the center because that's where all the good stuff is. And if anyone else meets me out there, by the time that I've been sprinting out there, then it's going to turn into a punching match, and I can usually do pretty good. I'm fairly adequate PvPer.
So yeah,
Especially
now
with the lava around.
so now I guess it's time for predictions.
Predictions. Haha.
All right, if I was gonna have to final three right now. You're not gonna like this, country boy. Final three. I think he's gonna be in the final three. At least definitely merge.
I can't argue because I think he might be able to make it too, but I really don't want him to.
He's gonna make the merge. I know that for a fact, but I kind of want him to make it final three just to spite you.
Oh, thanks.
Vix. Vikes, how do you say his name? Vikings?
Vix. I call him Vix.
I'm thinking of the nasal thing. Yeah, I'm going with Vix. Vix, I think final three definitely, and Blood Fox. Oh no, my board! Shoot, I almost dropped it. Those three are kind of the main, like they're like the alpha players right now. If any like beta players are gonna like undermine them and blindside them, I can't see that happening because these guys are gonna be the main threats to vote off. But who knows? History hasn't really done that. I mean, during the first season, they had a chance to vote off Bentley during the Final Four. They didn't do that. So that's
where I think they have I think it's a poor communication. They grow too close together, and no one really wants to vote off anyone else. So I don't think they were ever talking about that beforehand. But then again, no confessionals, so we don't really know.
Yeah,
we don't know.
No cutthroating, no backstabbing. I mean, season 2 did that. They got rid of Lego Boy and Block Boy and Lego Kid.
I have no idea.
I don't remember. Kind of season 2. I kind of just
it's
not really
squares.
memorable. Season 1, we'll talk about that the most often. But who do you think's gonna win? Just if you're gonna Vix, you're gonna put Vix. All right. I'm gonna
put money on Vix.
Well, I'm not gonna put money, but Blood Fox. I'm gonna go with Blood Fox.
Well, those are my top two. I definitely think these two guys are gonna make the top two, but I think Vix is gonna take it all.
I'll go with Blood Fox. All right, so that's it.
If they're that make it, this is gonna be very embarrassing later on.
So I just put my board down, and yeah, we finished recapping slash analyzing episode 1 of Survivor Craft.
If you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you haven't watched season 1, definitely go back to season 1. Watch that too in your spare time, because it's a great series. Absolutely love it. And otherwise, we won't be talking about it. Although we give a lot of criticism, we really do love the series, and we're definitely not going to stop
It's
watching
because we're such big fans that we're giving criticism. Like, I'm a huge fan of Survivor, the show, anyway, and Survivor Craft came along. I loved it, and yeah, we're just trying to hear. We're just fanboying over the show right now. Ah.
And we tried to get on, and to no avail. I was even the top comment for like a week, and I still didn't get it. Then a video response.
Cough.
I had a little bit of help, but I was still top comment for a while, and still, oh well.
Okay, hold up. Oh, jeez. I need to put a sign. That's what I need to do.
I have a sign.
Alright, just real quick. Let's end the show right now. So, you know what? Plug your YouTube channel.
YouTube.com/VimSect. This video will be on there anyways.
YouTube.com/Yappity like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, Media and Guns. Hopefully,
because smiley face and laughing.
Yeah, you're kind of freezing. But Media and Guns, don't sue us. Don't give us a cease and desist.
Oh, wait.
Why
would they? You can't sue a commentator. You're lagging a bit too. That's perfect time to cut it off then.
Oh yeah. Bye guys. See you next episode.
See ya next week.